The heavy boots clicked against my tile floor, echoing like a death sentence in the dead of night. My heart pounded as 3 shadowy figures burst through the door, tactical vests gleaming under the moonlight, their faces masked in determination. "Submit or evict," one boomed, his voice a thunderclap that shattered our fragile peace. I had seconds to react, my sniper instincts kicking in: roll, sweep, disarm, or lose everything we'd built. In this story, you'll learn how a simple lavender plant sparked a war with a power-hungry HOA Karen, and how I, a former Green Beret sniper, turned our suburban home into an unbreakable fortress, exposing corruption that could save your neighborhood too. But before I dive deeper, let me tease you with this. What started as a petty violation notice escalated into midnight raids, chalk bombs, and a full-on eviction siege that had our cul-de-sac looking like a battlefield. Stick around, because by the end, you'll see how we flipped the script on intimidation tactics that any homeowner might face. I'm Elena, a retired Green Beret sniper with tour in Fallujah and beyond, where I learned that silence is often the loudest warning. This all unfolded in our quiet suburb of Willow Creek, California, back in 2025. We just moved into our dream home, a cozy 2-story with a sprawling backyard perfect for my herb garden. My husband Marcus, a mild-mannered software engineer, handled the unpacking while our 12-year-old son Liam set up his gaming rig in the living room. "Mom, this place is epic," Liam said, eyes glued to his screen. I smiled, planting that first lavender in a terracotta pot by the porch. It was supposed to be our fresh start after years of deployments. Little did I know that innocent plant would ignite a powder keg. Before we go any further, if you believe people like Karen shouldn't exist or need to be punished, subscribe to my channel because we provide daily Karen stories that change people's lives and satisfy you. She appeared like a storm cloud on a clear day, Linda Hargrove, the HOA compliance officer, striding up our driveway in her starched khaki polo, mirror lens shades hiding her predatory eyes, clipboard clutched like a weapon. Her lips curled into a smug grin as she scanned our yard, zeroing in on my lavender pot. "Mrs. Reyes," she drawled, her voice dripping with false politeness, "I'm here to inform you of a violation." She thrust the notice at me, her manicured nails tapping impatiently. Linda wasn't just any busybody. She was the self-appointed queen of Willow Creek Estates, rumoured to have ousted families over crooked mailboxes. Her presence alone made the air thicker, like she sucked the joy out of every interaction. That's when everything went wrong. The inciting incident hit like a sniper's bullet, 3 men in unmarked tactical gear pounding on our door at midnight, demanding we remove the plant or face immediate enforcement. My blood boiled as they shoved past Marcus, their boots tracking mud across our new floors. "This is private property," I shouted, but they ignored me, ripping the lavender from its pot and tossing it into the street like garbage. Liam burst into tears, clutching his controller while Marcus tried to reason with them. Obstacle after obstacle piled on. They slapped a $500 fine on us, threatened liens on our home, and even cut our power for an hour as punishment. The highest emotion surged through me, pure rage, mixed with the fear of losing our sanctuary. How dare they turn our home into a target? I felt violated, exposed, like we'd been marked for elimination. Rising action phase 1, the warnings escalate. It began subtly but snowballed into a nightmare. 2 days after the first notice, another arrived, this one stapled to our gate with a blurry nighttime photo of the replanted lavender. Yes, I'd defiantly put it back. "They're spying on us," I whispered to Marcus, tapping it to the fridge like enemy intel. Then Linda showed up unannounced, her shades reflecting my defiant stare. "Final compliance," she snarled, but I shot back. "Send someone who can see over their own ego." She stalked off, but that night I ran our first family drill. Liam grumbled in his bike helmet, rake in hand, but I handed him a foam noodle and demonstrated a low crawl under the hedges. "This isn't a game," I said, my voice steady from years of combat. 3 more letters followed, each with steeper fines, culminating in a red sticker on our door declaring us non-compliant. Our backyard felt like a kill zone, the dog's bark silenced, streetlights flickering out ominously. Rising action phase 2, the midnight probes. The silence was deceptive. At 2 a.m. I heard those boots again, 3 pairs crunching across the lawn. Peering through the curtains I saw them, men in tactical vests fanning out on our porch. "Violation of Rule 8.4, the leader boomed. "Eviction proceedings begin." My pulse raced as I whispered to Marcus and Liam, who was filming on his phone. I activated the sprinklers, modified to spray fine white chalk instead of water. It blinded them in a cloud of dust. Moving like a ghost, I disarmed the first, zip-tying his hands in seconds. 2 more steps, 2 more takedowns. The last one coughed, dropping his radio. We'd repelled them, but as I examined their gear, HOA-stamped vests, I knew this was a test, a probe into our defences. By morning, flyers appeared claiming it was a safety exercise, but cryptic texts buzzed my phone. Sanctioned cover-up. Watch yourselves. Rising Action Phase 3, uncovering the conspiracy. Marcus and I went into investigation mode. I hacked the HOA portal, old skills die hard, revealing shell company invoices for private security and drones. Patterns emerged, bogus citations in 3 counties, Black Ops evictions disguised as Harmony enforcement. Ledgers showed dues funneled to a non-existent Sentinel Ridge defense. On the table, board minutes signed by Linda revealed unchecked powers. We set up counter-surveillance, motion sensors, garden gnome cameras, a hardened Wi-Fi mesh. Liam rigged his toy drone in the birdbath. That evening a speaker blared a pre-recorded announcement while 4 tactical goons staked out neighbours. I watched through binoculars. Show of force, I murmured, posting footage online, chalk clouds, zip-tied enforcers, racked up views, shifting support our way. But fake rumours flooded forums. They attacked first, drug dealers. Rising Action Phase 4, fortifying the home front. Our yard became a fortress, sandbags in flower beds, tamper-proof locks, tactical gear cabinet. I dubbed it Project Lavender Shield. On the 4th night, 6 SUVs rolled up in triangular formation, floodlights blazing, speakers booming, submit or evict. They marched at 2:37 a.m, but I flicked the switch, chalk mesh erupted, sprinklers hosed them down. Marcus triggered nets, Liam gasped from his lookout post. Chaos ensued, but the threat lingered, neighbours avoiding us. Mailers praising the protocol. Rising Action Phase 5, Command Center build-out. I converted the barn loft into a command center. 6 screens, encrypted comms, subdivision maps. Liam pinned schematics, sprinkler patterns, choke points. We drafted Operation Home Front, identify allies, expose cover-ups, prepare live streams. Releasing drone footage exploded our feed, comments from insane to moving next door. Then the final notice, eviction at 600, property seized via emergency decree. Linda's voice looped. Your defiance endangers us. Climax the confrontation. At 1 a.m. I gathered Marcus and Liam in the yard. This ends tomorrow, I said, checking my rifle. They'll come, but we'll hold. True to form at 600, flashbangs detonated, boots marching up. I triggered the barrage, chalk clouds billowed, hoses sprayed. Marcus dropped the gabled net, trapping 2. Liam's drone dive-bombed their van, snatching the GPS antenna. Pandemonium, operatives tangled, slipping in chalk, shouting orders that dissolved into coughs. I advanced, rifle slung, disarming another with a swift kick to the knee, zip-tying him as he fell. No warrant, I yelled, waving the hoax notice. Neighbours flooded the street, phones filming. One goon lunged at me. I sidestepped, elbowing his solar plexus, sending him gasping. Another fired a taser. I rolled, the prongs missing by inches, then countered with a foam noodle strike to his hand, dislodging it. The leader charged, but Marcus hosed him down, chalk blinding him as I tackled and restrained. Sirens wailed in the distance. Our live stream had alerted authorities. They scattered, vehicles screeching away, leaving gear behind in the dawn light. Resolution, legal outcomes. By sunrise, the HOA's units fled, but the fallout was swift. Leaked audits exposed Linda's embezzlement, dues siphoned into her accounts for personal luxuries. The county prosecutor launched an inquiry, arresting her on fraud charges. Board members resigned en masse as lawsuits piled up from affected families. Our evidence, footage, hacked files, sealed the case. Linda faced years in prison. Her tactical unit disbanded as illegal vigilantism. The HOA dissolved, reformed under resident control with transparency mandates. Resolution, personal victories. We transformed. Marcus gained confidence, leading community meetings. Liam evolved from gamer to budding tactician, his drone skills earning him a robotics club spot. I found peace in mentoring neighbours on self-defence, turning our ordeal into empowerment. Our family bond strengthened, laughter returning to dinners, the lavender thriving as a symbol of resilience. Epilogue, now in our peaceful present, the cul-de-sac buzzes with normalcy, kids playing, barbecues firing up. No more midnight boots, just the rustle of leaves. We've planted a whole garden, and at 2 a.m. the only sound is crickets. If this story fired you up, comment below. What's the craziest HOA tale you've got? Share it and subscribe for more. Together we can expose the Karens and reclaim our homes. Thanks for watching.